Okay guys, so this week's episode I'm just going to be showing you just basics about the guitar. This is just an acoustic guitar. It's a semi-acoustic, which means you can plug it in to an amplifier, so it can go through like a PA or an amplifier, or you can just hear it like this acoustically. You've also got just straight out acoustic guitars that you can't plug in, and then of course you've got the electric guitar that you all would have seen in rock bands, and that they're the ones that you need to plug in. You can hardly hear them unless they're actually plugged into a speaker. This is semi-acoustic, so sort of the best of both worlds, but it's got an acoustic sound rather than that electric guitar sound that you would hear in a rock band. So I'm just going to run you through not so much chords or anything, it's just how the notes are sort of laid out. It's very different to a piano. This is looking at the end of the guitar, up this end here. So these are your 6 strings running down. So it's just E, A, D, G, B, E. That's your 6 strings. So open note, which means you have nothing, you don't have any fingers down on your left hand. It goes E, A, D, G, B, E. So that E is just, it's 2 octaves higher than that E. So they're both E's, but like you saw on the piano, how they go up in octaves, it's the same sort of thing here. So that's your bottom E. You've got an E in the middle. So those two are just an octave apart. And then from that E to that E is another octave apart. So you've got 2 octaves stretched over these 6 strings here. So if that one's E, it's the same thing going through the alphabet again as you're going up through these frets. So from E, it goes just to F because there's no E sharp. It just goes to F, and then you've got F sharp, and then G, and then G sharp, and then A. And because you're at A, you're just still going through the alphabet. A, and then A sharp, and then B, and then there's no B sharp, it just goes to C. The second string down is an A. It's an open A. That's also the same as this note here. So you notice when we're going through, we went E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. So that's an A, and then the string underneath it, open, is also an A. So as you go up through those, you get to the D, and then the string under it is also a D. So that's just a rough explanation of how the notes are. You just start with the open E, which is that top string here, and then you're just running through the alphabet, making sure you put your sharps and flats in there. E, A, D, G, B, E. And then with chords, it's a matter of just learning what the chords are, where to put your fingers. This one's E minor. That's pretty much one of the easiest ones. E minor is a very, very common chord. You'll find it everywhere. So that's just those 2 fingers onto there. That's an E minor. G is like that one. You don't have to add that finger. You can hear that slight difference. I like to add that finger, but technically G is just those 3. Also another very common chord. Also you got D and C. Technically C is that. I like to add that top string. It just adds another note. You've got A, and then just normal E. So the E is the 3 notes, and then you take that one off, and you got E minor. A minor just makes the chord sound a little sadder. That's all. You're just taking that one finger off to drop that one note down a semitone, and it just makes the chord sound a little sadder. So a lot of songs that are kind of sad songs, love songs, a lot of them will have minor chords in it. It just makes it feel sad. Happy songs like Happy Birthday to You, that kind of stuff, that'll be all major chords. There'll be no minors in that because it's a happy thing. So that's an E, and you've got F, which starts getting a bit more crazy. They're just some of the main chords, and you only really need to learn pretty much 3 chords, and you can play thousands and thousands of songs. It's just the same chords that just keep going round and round. There's so many songs that are just 3 chords only, and that's it. Normally you'd learn all of the major chords, so basically your G, your D, your C, E minor, E, A, F, and then just the minor versions of each one. So that's A, this one's A minor, just sounds slightly sad. So A minor is very popular. G minor you don't really get that much. F minor you don't get that much either. So there's not that many chords you actually need to know, and you'll be able to play a lot of songs. And then the right hand is just strumming. I find that whenever I've tried to teach people guitar, it's the right hand they struggle with more. The left hand is just a matter of learning where to put your fingers and then just practice. The right hand is more, it comes from inside. It's like an inner rhythm that you have inside. It's very hard to teach someone what their rhythm is. Everyone has their own feel, their own strumming pattern. My just general strum sounds like this. That's just my normal strum, but other people would strum those same chords just in a different way. They just have a different feel. That's fine, there's no right or wrong with that. I've got a bass guitar as well. Bass guitar is even more simple. You're just playing single notes. You're not actually playing chords or anything. It's just a single note. And the bass guitar is just... a normal bass guitar has 4 strings, and it's just the top 4 strings of the guitar. So it's basically... and they're just an octave down. So the top string on the bass... I'll go get it. A normal bass guitar has 4 strings. You can get a 5-string bass, which would have another one up the top here, which goes even lower. And then you can have a 6-string bass, which has that one, as well as another one at the bottom. So it ends up being like the 6-string guitar. So these 4 strings on the bass is basically the same as the 4 top strings on the guitar. So it's just E, A, D, G. Just the same as the 4 top strings on a normal guitar. E, A, D, G. And they're just an octave lower than what they are on the guitar. So the notes are still the same, they're just all an octave down. So that's still open E, and then you go to F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. The next string down is just open A, exactly like the guitar is. And you're just playing single notes on the bass. So it's even more easy than what the guitar is. Your right hand is still sort of strumming in a way, like there's still a pattern that you're doing, but you're just plucking that one string. So bass guitar is kind of maybe a good place to start if you're wanting to get into guitar. I like the bass just for the sound of it, but it's you can't sing along to it or anything. You really need to be strumming a normal guitar if you want to actually sing. So that's sort of why I play the 6-string as well, is so you've actually got music to sing to. Bass guitar is kind of when you're a bit more into a band, and you need that the low notes of a song, where we all like to hear the bass notes, and this is the thing that does it. So that's pretty much the two standard guitars, just roughly how the notes are laid out. It's very different to a piano. Piano is a lot more simple with how it's laid out. Guitar's a bit more complicated, but it's still just going through the alphabet from A to G and then just repeating that over and over. And then you just got your sharps and flats in between. Okay guys, so that just gives you a rough idea what's going on with the guitar. If you see someone playing a guitar, you've got a slight idea now what's happening with it. Next week we'll do one on drums. I'll show you the basics of drums and how that works. And thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy. Bye.